Hey, I'm Pete with New Leaf Lawn Care, and today I want to talk about a common weed that we get calls about. And it's not really a weed, it's a grass, but it's called Poa trivialis, also known as Roughstalk bluegrass. And what you see here, the lighter color green, basically in here, that you see throughout, is the Roughstalk bluegrass. Now, the Roughstalk bluegrass, there's no control products as far as it's going to be selective, meaning that we have nothing that will kill just the Poa trivialis without killing the desirable bluegrass and the fescue. So there's something in the makings in the near future that we're hoping for. It's being used on golf courses now that will control it. But for now, what we've always done is had to round it up, use like something like a glyphosate product, round up to kill it out and then start over basically the lawn. We wouldn't do that until the end of the summer. So, but you'll notice here, it's just, the problem with it is it looks bad as far as the fact that it's a different color. So that's what customers really don't like about it. And also in the summertime, it doesn't take the heat very well. So when it's hot out, it'll go into like almost dormancy and turn brown. And so that really sticks out too. But in about a month and a half, as the fescue and other bluegrass, not as deep green, then it's not as noticeable, it doesn't stand out. But we get a lot of phone calls this time of the year about it. And so it's March 25th now, and we're starting to get those phone calls. Now, the other bluegrass that we're gonna discuss after this is annual bluegrass, and that's the one that has a lot of seed heads on it, so we get a lot of phone calls about that. But customers, again, they don't like to see the discoloration, but it's a grass that's also being sold in some garden centers as a shade seed. So not desirable though. So don't buy anything or buy any grass seed that might have this Poa trivialis, also known as Roughstalk bluegrass. Annual bluegrass, a common weed in the spring that we get phone calls about. Annual bluegrass is very light in color. You'll notice it here by my feet along this driveway here. But what you'll really notice is all the seed heads that are with it. So one of the things that is the greatest challenge is that it just likes to fill in thin areas, bare spots, but the real challenge is the fact that it germinates the same time that you're growing your desirable grasses such as fescue and bluegrass. So last September and October, November, that's when this had germinated. And this is what you get now basically in the spring months. So there is a product that you can use as a post-emergent, but then you'll have just big brown spots. The other issue is that it will die out naturally as we go into the summertime. So I don't know what's worse, killing it now, having brown spots, or just letting it die out basically. And that's kind of the theme that we go, is just letting it die out naturally. And then again, at the end of the summer, seeding it heavily with tall fescue would be the way to approach this. But again, this is germinating at the same time, so that's the challenge. But if you do get enough fescue, it will crowd it out. And the other thing is, any thin spots, bare spots, as you can tell with all these seed heads, it's leaving it, their seeds are viable, they're gonna germinate. So a thick lawn is the best defense against annual bluegrass. And again, if you see lighter colored seed heads, most likely that's the annual bluegrass in the lawn.